Hi, Jenny Waitman with my week 5 type 2 diabetes assessment. So I took the assessment in the textbook, answering the questions, of which I only answered yes to 2 of them. Is there a family history of diabetes? Yes, there is. My paternal grandfather was diabetic, and my father is also diabetic. He was diagnosed when he was 60 years old. Um, and then I also answered yes to do you urinate frequently? And I don't think that that is because I am at a high risk for diabetes. I think it's because I drink a lot of water throughout the day. I don't drink anything but water. I don't drink any pop, Kool-Aid, juices, anything like that, just because of the sugar levels and everything in them. So I strictly drink water and keep my cup filled at all times. So I think that is why I can attribute to having to use the bathroom so frequently. I was able to answer no to the remaining questions. So based on this assessment, I think it puts me at a very low risk of developing diabetes. I do also have my blood sugar checked once a year. My employer does a biometric screening, at which time they do a fasting blood glucose test, and mine is usually spot on. So I'm not too worried about me being at high risk of being diabetic. In examining the relationship between health and wellness and discussing the impact of diabetes on 3 dimensions of wellness, I think that diabetes can really affect all of the dimensions of wellness, but the 3 that I think that it could possibly affect the most are occupational, emotional, and physical. Occupational wellness means being able to achieve a balance in your work life, your school life, and your personal life. In having diabetes, it's possible that this is impacted due to having to keep a schedule of needing to eat at certain intervals, and also the need to take medication or possibly inject insulin when needed. Depending on the profession of the individual with the diabetes, a physically demanding job could lead to issues with controlling diabetes if they're not able to work around their schedule of needing medication and nutrition at certain intervals. If the body's not getting the amount of glucose it needs to fuel the body, then the results could be low energy and could cause blood sugar levels to drop too low. I think diabetes also could affect a person's emotional wellness in a way that if they're not able to perform their job duties properly or achieve balance in their work and personal life, it could cause stress to them, which would affect their mood and cause a person to be affected in a negative way. If a person is unable to perform job functions due to an illness, they could be at risk of missing out on promotions or opportunities that could be achieved if they were healthy. Achieving physical wellness for a diabetic is a necessity in order to keep them at a healthy weight and keep their blood sugar regulated along with a proper diet. People with type 2 diabetes can sometimes reverse the effects of diabetes by including physical activity into their daily routine and possibly have the opportunity to lower medication. And in some cases, if they get to a good weight, they could possibly stop taking medications altogether. 3 lifestyle habits that a person could practice to reduce their risk of type 2 diabetes would be to exercise. Exercise is an extremely important lifestyle habit that an individual can perform in order to reduce the risk of developing type 2 diabetes. It's recommended that 30 minutes per day is performed 5 days a week in order to help reduce your blood sugar levels. Proper nutrition is another way of avoiding type 2 diabetes. Eating right is important just because it helps to maintain your weight. By incorporating a low-fat yet high-fiber diet into your lifestyle, it could potentially help you to remain at a healthy weight, which is the 3rd way of reducing your risk of being type 2 diabetic. Lowering your weight and maintaining a healthy weight is important because when your body's at a proper weight, it lowers your insulin resistance, which helps the body to be able to use the insulin that it does have more efficiently. Thank you.